So today I'm going to talk to you about how you can start to become a better learner and how you can allow your beliefs to start changing and gaining new perspectives from entrepreneurs and self-improvement videos so that you can actually start to take action in the future and start to really like gain more of a wealth of knowledge. So, before we begin, my name is Michael, and I help young men in their early 20s start to free up their time and then use that free time for more purposeful work like entrepreneurship and just developing a healthier mindset. So, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at learning, and I feel like I've gotten like the things that I know now are a lot different than the things that I knew in college and even before college, like in high school. Like, you always think you know what to do, and you always think you know, like, how to actually go about life and live your life. But then when you start learning and getting your beliefs changed, then you realize you didn't actually know. So a lot of times the thing that separates you from like solving your problem is like a disconnect of knowledge. So right now, if your problem is starting your first business, you might think that starting your first business is about setting up your LLC, registering for your tax ID, and then creating a website and hiring employees and getting startup funding. Like that might be what you currently think in order to start your business. Like starting your business would solve your problem, and you think you have to do all these things to do that. So there's a disconnect from where you're at and where you want to be. And the disconnect is the lack of knowledge. Because if you learned more, you'd realize that you don't need all that shit to start your first business. You simply need internet connection and you need a way to connect to collect payment. That's all you need. And you can start providing a service online and collecting payment for it. It's that simple. And so, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to talk about is how you can start to pick influencers that you trust that will allow you to like change your beliefs and then gain more of a wealth of knowledge so that you can actually get to where you want to go. So, yeah, for me, it's been more of like a gradual process. And I think like actually looking back, I think what's kind of been happening is I just let my interests naturally guide my learning process. And it's kind of just led me to this point. Like it went from me wanting to learn about self-improvement. And so I originally started off following these one self-improvement creators, and I learned a lot from them. And they helped me get to this next level where I felt like I was at. And then I started following different creators. And then I watched those creators for a bit, and they helped me get to my next level. So, yeah, I was going to tell you that a good idea is to pick like three creators, 3 to 5 creators max, and just follow them and don't follow anybody else. But as an example of my beliefs being changed, I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she was like, sometimes you're kind of closed-minded. And it got me thinking, like, the reason why I'm closed-minded is because sometimes I fear that if I let someone else's perspective in, it will influence me in a different direction and it will take me off path. But what I'm realizing is that that's just an insecurity. Like that's just a fear. You just have to trust that you just have to trust your gut. You have to trust and know what you're doing. And if you trust and know what you're doing and let your interest guide your learning, then you're going to get the right information. So, yeah, the better thing for me is to start like branching out, maybe start learning from different creators. But the main point is that you want to learn from creators that are helping you solve your next problem. Like if the current problem you're facing is how do I start my first business, then that's the information you should be consuming. You should be watching videos on how to start your first business. You should be reading books on how to start your first business. You shouldn't be watching videos on how to scale your business from 50 million to 100 million. Like that's not your current problem you're facing. So the information that you're learning has to relate to the current problem you're facing. So if you get any like value out of this, that's a big one. Is just make sure that you're watching videos that will help you solve your current problem. Another thing is to watch long, unedited content, authentic content. Because if you're watching highly stimulating and short form content, these types of videos are treating you exactly like a number and an analytic. And so you may get some information out of them, out of these short form videos or the highly stimulating videos, but like the you have to be more skeptical that the creator is not there for your best interest of learning and helping you actually solve the problem you're facing. Their interest is hooking your attention and keeping you drawn in like a fish. So you don't want to be following creators that are treating you like a fish. You want to be following creators that like actually want to help you solve the problem you're facing. And yeah, they may be asking you for money, which that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You have to realize that just because someone's trying to sell you something, that's not a bad thing. It just means that they are good at helping people solve this specific problem. And sometimes this specific problem is worth paying money for. So just remember that too, because that's just really what business is. So as long as they're authentic and real and you can feel like their energy, then I would say these are the types of creators that you want to follow. Don't just don't just watch some faceless random creators that talk about investing and talk about like best side hustles because those people are selling you those people are selling you this idea of easy. They're disguising what like business actually is. Like say you're watching some investment guru and he's talking about like some fancy investment terms. Well, most likely like most likely he's trying to sell an investment course and you have to realize that like he probably didn't get rich from just investing. Like the way that you get rich, the way that he gets rich is by selling this course. That's his business. His business isn't actually investing. So you also have to hold skepticism. It's weird. It's kind of like a fine line. It's a balance of being skeptical, but also allowing your beliefs to be changed. Like for me yesterday, if I was really stubborn and I kept my ego after my sister told me that I was closed-minded, then I would probably not think of what she said or her perspective, and I wouldn't look at things in a different way. So, and I'm actually happy she did bring up that point. So yeah, just understand that there is value in a lot of things. There is information out there that will distract you. There is information that will pull you away. But just because there's information out there like that, you just have to learn the skill of knowing what to follow and what to not follow, but still keep an open mind. As in, if you hear information, allow your beliefs to be changed. I'm not saying that it's the right information, but it could be. But still hold skepticism, still question the creator making this video. Where did this source of information come from? What credibility does this person have? So hopefully I didn't confuse you because I'm telling you to be skeptical and then I'm also telling you to keep an open mind. I'm just saying it's kind of a balance. And yeah, so just to recap, some of the main points are to have an open mind when you're learning and make sure that you trust the influencers that you're following and the people that you're learning from. You just have to trust that they have a good energy, trust that they have good intentions, trust that they actually care about helping you solve your problem, and then having an open mind, allowing your beliefs to be changed while also holding skepticism, being skeptical of this person. And then lastly, don't forget to implement. So once you start learning all this stuff, don't forget to implement what you're learning. So hopefully this video helps. If you liked this, hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, thanks for watching.